Hey everyone, and welcome back. We are now officially about to start week one of the 2025-2026 season. I am your commissioner. I am your champion. I am all that reigns upon ye. And of course, I'm joined by Joel Gibson as always. Joel, excited to be back.
Always excited to be back.
All right. Well, let's just should I do my champion's address now or should I wait until the end? Because you know the kind of things I'm going to be saying during the champion's address. So, should I wait till the end or do I wait during our matchup? I could just do that. How about we do that? We'll get started with the champs matchup. This one is a special one to me. It is facing Joel. We are now in the same conference for the first time ever. I'm actually very excited. We get to play twice a year, so no more of this winner take all. We can actually split, revenge can be had, if you will. But not this year, as Mr. Modest is going for 30 in a row. Joel's banged up. And I'd just like to give you some interesting stats, Joel Gibson. Do you know that during my reign as champion, my overall record in the last 4 years is 62-10? That's an 86% win rate. That means you have, at the start, a 14% chance of winning. Okay? My last losses were to you and Phil back in December of 2023. Okay, that was the last time I lost. Now, to date, that means that it has been 672 days since I've lost last. And it was to Phil and then, you the week beforehand. So I think that's exciting. And this is also my 1,310th day as champion. That's right. We are killing it out here, Joel Gibson. And I can tell you one thing. That's going to at least go 14 more days because I'm kicking your ass week one. And it'll be so pleasurable to win the first matchup against us and to win it for 30 in a row. I would love to hear your awesome retort, which I believe is going to be somehow you're going to pick yourself. And it's just not happening. Let's do it.
So you're not worried about Jay Huff?
No.
Unbelievable. To be fair, guys, I really wanted to stick it to Brandon this year. But when Halliburton went down Game 7, tore his Achilles, we all saw it. We all know what happened. It changed my timeline a little bit. If that hadn't been the case, Brandon, I'd be coming for your ass right fucking now. But I'm just waiting. I am going to pick you this week. Congratulations on another chip. Go fuck yourself. Later in the season, I might have something for your ass.
Okay. All right. So you think the second time that we play each other, you're going to be rip-roaring ready to go?
I think you might be getting more and more banged up, and I might be more and more healthy,
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to determine, what rationale you're using, After I hit you with all those stats. Come on.
Jarris Walker is about to fucking take off, brother.
He's about to take off. And Joel, just out of curiosity, I'm ranking myself at number 1 at the start of the season power rankings. Where would you put yourself in the 1 to 12? I'm just genuinely curious on where you would put yourself.
Well, brother,
I want an answer.
I haven't exactly mapped that out yet, but I'll get back to you.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, it's a little cowardice to not answer the question.
I truly haven't mapped it out, though.
Okay. All right. I will let you get back to me next week after I whip your ass, all right? Because that'll be a little bit more of a wake-up call. For the record, I have you at number 9 currently. Because I'm not a coward and I will answer. I think you're just outside the playoffs. But it just depends on other teams. Like my bottom six, I think could be legitimately in mostly any order. I think the bottom's a little bit more even this year. Or at least the bottom's even, and then like there's a space of like 4 through 6, and then like the top three for me. That's kind of how I have them spread out as far as like tiers go. But yeah, I have you at 9. So in the mix down there.
My margin for error is just very thin right now, considering I have 2 guys on my IR all year, no matter what, with Halliburton and Kyrie.
Yep.
I don't intend for Kyrie to come back this season. So it just puts me in a very tough spot for a good chunk of the start of the season.
Yeah, and I also would like to make the note on my ranking. Should you acquire your pick for next year, I think that you're 11 or 12 again. So just as a heads up, that would immediately change my power ranking. So I want a little asterisk there. Should you end up acquiring your first round pick again next year, I imagine that we'll see you drop out of the playoffs real quick.
You better believe I've asked.
All right, the next matchup is Eric at Cody. Now in the same division. When Eric was here before, he was in the West. Cody was always in the East. So when they joined, they were only getting one. Just very similar to you and I. It's kind of cool that the rivalries, how they worked out. Eric and Cody did the huge Luka trade this offseason. So I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think Eric needs to change his team name from...
I was about to say it makes this incredibly confusing.
Yes. Remember, Cody has Luka, not Eric. I mean, just change your name.
You know, for the longest time, I used to go to the Luka team thinking it was Cody because Cody used to have Luka back in the day. And now I'm just back to being fucking confused again. These guys need to get their shit together.
Absolutely, and that plays into my matchup prediction here. I think that there are some moves that Eric could make on his team that could make him far more competitive in this matchup. I also think that Cody is going to be willing to cycle. I don't know if Eric is willing to cycle. I don't know if he's paying attention much yet. It's nice to have him back in the league. I'm excited. I think he has a decent team, and I put him in the middle tier because I have him at 5, and I have Cody at 2 right now, mainly because Cody was second last year. I didn't want to be disrespectful by, moving any of the other teams up above him until he shows me. Like, if he loses to Eric this week, I'm going to have to move him down. But like I said, I wanted to give him a little respect because it was very close last year at the end. So I started him at 2. And I have him winning this game against Eric. Like I said, I don't know if Eric's paying attention yet. I don't know if he sees the moves that I see on his team. So there's just a lot of unanswered questions with Eric right now. I know Cody, even though he doesn't have Tatum, I think that he believes he has another good chance in the playoffs because anything can happen. And I don't disagree with him. So I'm going to take Cody.
Yeah, I think one thing when we were talking before this that you and I forgot to mention is that Jared McCain is also out and not on the IR. So there is a dead roster spot on Cody's roster right now.
Right.
And unless he intends to cycle that spot, which I don't think he would. Jared McCain is young and talented. But I also am going to pick Cody. Shout out to both of these guys. They have some of my favorite rookies that aren't on my team. I think Behringer is going to be really good. I think that I wasn't even thinking about Ace Bailey, but Ace Bailey could be very good. The Miami rookie looks like he's got real chemistry with Ware. So I'm invested in watching him. And fucking Eric sniped Walter Clayton from me. He was going to be my pick. But I think some of those guys, or all 3 of those guys, are going to be rookies to watch this year. If Eric wants to cycle, he can beat Cody. But historically, league history does not show Eric doing that early in the season.
I agree with you, and I also just wanted you to reignite that flame between you and Eric anyway, and I love that you did that there. So that's great. The next
I
match.
hope he goes out there and cycles the shit out of Cody.
The next matchup is the Battle of the Homestead Boys, Steven and CJ. They both moved divisions together. Yeah, because I think technically, no, they stayed in the West. They are the two that stayed in the West. I moved to the East, right? We're in the East. I keep still thinking I'm in the West, and that's literally because I've been there for like what 13 years or whatever it is now. Anyway, I think a lot like Eric, Steven has some moves that he can make, and also league history shows that it kind of takes Steven a little bit of time to get started early in the season. He too is not the biggest fan of the shortened week for week one. I have tossed around the idea, and I don't know if we're gonna do it. Maybe moving back to 14 matchups and combining the first 2 weeks. So like kind of like a mini playoff, and then I try to schedule like rivals the first week, like have a legitimate divisional rivalry week to start the season. I have tossed that around, but we're gonna see how it works out. But like I said, I don't know if I want to go back to 14 because then there's two teams that you don't play every season. So it's just one of those things that I got to figure out as far as scheduling and everything like that. Because we also have to consider the week, and I'm sorry for going off on a tangent, but we also have to consider the tournament during the season and see how that scheduling is going to go this year. Like it went okay last year, but I also don't like the idea of having like a team have a disadvantage or an advantage just because they have, like 4 players on the championship team. You know what I mean? So I'm still monitoring that scheduling as well. So, always trying to improve. But here I think CJ's going to win. Sorry again for the ramble.
I also picked CJ. I believe in Isaiah Collier. I believe in Skinny Zion. I believe in Jimmy Buckets this year. I believe in Peyton Pritchard. I don't know that I believe in Rudy Gobert or Kyle Kuzma or Paul George, but I believe in those other guys.
I have Steven at 11, unfortunately. This is another one that it just got in the mix. I have him losing to CJ to start as well. That also kind of played into it.
Somewhere Cody is fully erect right now hearing that.
Yeah, because he has Steven's pick. I know that he does. And I have CJ at 4. I think I started CJ at 4 last year as well. So despite him collapsing last year, I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt for another year. I feel like this is like the 4th year straight, or could be my entire championship reign this time, that I've been putting CJ in the top 4 or 5. I think this is probably the best team he's ever had overall. I agree with you. There's a lot of risk in it. But if he pulls off the miracle and everyone stays healthy, he's going to be a team to be reckoned with, in my opinion, for sure. And again, this was the same conversation we were having last year, but it's the first week. Until he collapses, I'm not going to move him down the list.
We know that CJ is not afraid to make moves, and we know that CJ wants it, and we also know that CJ has no draft picks left. So we'll see what happens. I do believe in some of the talent on CJ's roster.
Absolutely.
But I do think he's going to have to drop some players that he does not want to if he's going to win this thing.
And we'll just, like I said, we'll see what everybody else does as well. The next matchup is Neiman at Doug. These two both moved from East to West. I have Neiman at 7 right now, still in that bottom tier that I was talking about. And then I have Doug at 3. So I think that Doug's team this year is not as good as it was last year. but I couldn't, and it just depends on how it goes. It really depends on how it goes. But let me rephrase, because adding Wemby, like his top with Shea is so high that I'm not. I'm just not sure. I put him at 3, so I believe in him. I just don't know if we get to the end of the season and there's some players on his team that he's kind of bought into long term that don't perform with him and kind of cost him from the bottom. That's my only saying. I'm not saying they're not rosterable players or they're not good players or he's got a bunch of garbage that he needs to get rid of. I'm just saying I think there are players on towards his bottom that took a little bit of a hit, and he added Wemby, which is great, and he has Shea, which is great. I just don't know if the bottom's going to bring him down too much. He also has Ball. I understand he has Ball. I think Ball is going to face kind of the same situation he did last year, where he's literally going to be incredible. Ankle injury. They're not going to rush him back. Like, I just don't think Charlotte's going to be very good. So I don't know if this is the year they trade Ball. I have no idea. But that's kind of like where my head's at with his team in general.
I have never heard so much Yang Hansen hate in my entire life as that rampage that you just went on.
Don't tell the Chinese, okay?
I fucking knew you were a racist bastard. So, I actually think Charlotte is going to be one of the funnest teams to watch in the league this year. And I think they might be one of the surprising East teams because the East is so fucking bad.
Oh.
So I rebut your take there and propose that we potentially try another LaMelo game, even though the first one we went to was horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really disappointing. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I think Doug is going to win. His roster is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Russell Westbrook factor. He spent $8 on Goga, and Jonathan Kuminga took forever to get signed. It's a big year for Anthony Black and for Anthony Simons.
Mm-hmm.
Bilal Kulabi.
Collaborate.
Pronounce that. Yeah, I mean, all these guys I feel like are at make or break seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Boucher is another guy who could really blow up or could just suck. Doug could be a top 2 team. He could be the guy who knocks you off if everything really breaks right this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I put him as a top 3 team.
Yep. You said basically everything I said except for LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets take. So that's, I don't know, that's reassuring, I suppose. Next matchup is Kyle and Adam. I have Adam at 8 right now without Fox, and I have Kyle at 6, and I have Kyle winning this matchup. Despite trading Wemby, to look at Kyle's roster, it is miles and miles better than it was last year. He took a big step this offseason. I thought he drafted well. And I put him just on that edge of like top 6, bottom 6. I love that I have him there because he made huge strides. I don't know that he is like top 4 material quite yet. But like I said, I think those top 3 or 4 kind of are in that upper tier still. But congratulations to Kyle. I thought it was a really good offseason. He's going to win this match. Adam not having Fox is a big deal. He does have Castle to make up a little bit. But I like Kyle's roster a lot. And I think that Kyle's definitely ready to be on the wire if he needs to. And I'm not sure Adam's ready right now. I mean, historically, he doesn't really add anybody until, like, playoffs, unless it's really close towards the end. So I'm going to take Kyle here.
I also am going to take Kyle. And I'm going to ask you if you like Colin Murray Boyles or Carter Williams better.
as far as just a player in general, or like fantasy
Just like
value?
long term, who do you think is going to be the better player?
Oh man, I think Murray Boyles.
Fuck you.
Why
Right.
is that who you thought? Or you thought I was definitely going to take Williams?
I thought you were. I mean, I think Carter Bryant looks unbelievable this preseason and in the summer league. All right, here's my other question for you. What about Isaiah Jackson versus Jay Huff? Who is going to be the reliable center in Indiana this year?
It's not Huff. It's not Huff.
No, say it ain't so.
He's so slow, bro. It looks like he's running through like syrup out there, my guy.
Why do you think he likes reverse dunks so much? Because he can just fucking go backwards, man. You just back that big ass up.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad. It's so, it's so bad.
Say it ain't so.
It's
He's
so
gonna be fine out there.
Well worth your what, $4 you spent on him? $3. Okay, well worth a shot, I guess.
Worth the shot for sure. When Isaiah Jackson blows a fucking kneecap, you watch. Everyone's gonna wish they had some Jay Huff on their team. I'm picking Kyle.
Okay. Last matchup is Matt at Jake. This is the boring matchup. I have Matt at 12, and I have Jake at 10. I'm going to take Matt in this matchup because I think Jake has a ton of work to do on his team and not a lot of time to do it. And if he's not paying attention, Matt's team will beat him. But if Jake, the reason why I put his power ranking above it is if, in fact, he gets his shit together, I don't think it'll be very close. I think Jake will beat Matt. But, again, it's got to be the effort. We'll see how it goes. I don't think Matt's in any position to be cycling, but who knows? He's always crazy right now.
Does Matt not have a lot of waiver money?
No, it's not that he doesn't have a lot of waiver money. It's just like, why bother? Like, he's going to be a bottom four. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have a lot of, and he has a lot of young players that, like, why would you?
He does not have his own pick, I don't believe.
I don't think he does. So it's totally up to him. He can go at it if he wants. I just know he has a lot of young players, and I'm not necessarily wanting to ship those guys out. Now, I think he still has, like, Harrison Barnes on his team or something like that. That he could, like, if he wants to. I guess it just depends, like, if he wants to be... Who knows? I never know what Matt's thinking. So we'll see. Maybe he does try to shoot for the playoffs. We'll see how it goes. But I have him as last place right now, for the record.
Golly, do you think it's going to get better for Matthew in the next few years? It'd be a shame if someone else had his picks.
I think that it's definitely going to get better. I think that him basically tearing it all down and resetting, similar to what you did, he's acquired a lot of assets. So I think it is going to get better. His cap's going to clear up after he loses Dame and Curry, to retirement or whatever's going to happen. But as long as he's hitting his picks, I think he's going to get a lot better.
It would help if Scoot didn't tear his hamstring.
Yeah, that would that would definitely help. I'm sure you're glad you lost that or got rid of that bullet, huh?
Man, you can't see it, but I got a smug grin.
All right. Well, week 1, Joel, I do have the trophy here in case I didn't show it in the introduction. I still haven't engraved anything. So I just want everyone to know that I expect to win this year again. I'm going for it. And I want my 5 in a row. half a decade, literally every championship, this decade. That's helpful. And 6 of the last 7, because I won the bubble year as well before Joel beat me the following year. But I just would like to say, the end is coming. I don't know if it's this year or next year or the year after. I don't know. LeBron's going to retire. So I'm really trying to enjoy it this year. And, I appreciate myself for all the hard work that I've done to win this many times.
The fuck out.
And I really just can't wait. I'm so excited for the season again. Good idea by Cody for the shakeups. I think it adds a lot more interest as far as like scheduling. Even to the point that like maybe every 3 years we shake up or something like that. I don't know. We're gonna see. Like I said, the scheduling I think is the biggest thing that I think about. I think everything else is working as it should. I appreciate everybody that talks to me about the league and the rules and what we can and can't do, suggestions, stuff like that. Gives me stuff to think about. But yeah, that's it. Just a nice little ramble here at the end for you. Joel, anything else?
Sorry. Good luck to everyone besides you.
Okay.
I hope that you failed miserably this week. But I don't expect it.
I think that you said the same thing to me at the beginning of the last, 3 seasons.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for my wishes to pan out there.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm suspicious that the time may be coming, okay? You may get your wish in the near future. Not this year, but the near future, okay? So hang in there, champ.
I hope it's me.
See you guys.